was an old house, not just old, ancient. When I moved in, I didn't think much of it. The place was cheap and I was desperate. A 2-story house tucked away on a quiet street at the edge of town. No one had lived there for years. I didn't know it then, but the house had already been waiting for me. I remember the first night I spent there. I unpacked my things, made dinner, sat on the couch. The house was silent, too silent. You know that feeling you get when a place hasn't been lived in for a while? Hollow, like it's holding its breath. I tried to ignore it. Then I heard it. The whispering. It started faint, like someone talking in another room. At first, I thought it was just the house settling, but then it got clearer. I couldn't make out the words, but I knew this wasn't the wind. It was coming from somewhere, nearby. I froze. I listened. The whispers weren't random. They were directed at me. I turned. Nothing. Just shadows in the corners. I didn't move. My heart was pounding. I told myself I was imagining it. It had to be. But then it came again. Louder this time. It wasn't just one voice. It was several. A low murmur. Whispering, pleading. I couldn't make out the words, but they were calling to me. The air felt thicker, colder. My skin crawled. I stood up, heart racing. I backed away toward the door, but I couldn't tear myself away. The whispers followed me. They were everywhere. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't move. The whispers were in my head now, crawling under my skin, digging into my thoughts. I had to leave. But then, it all stopped. Just like that. I thought it was over, that I had imagined it. But that night, as I lay in bed, trying to block it all out, a soft scratching. At first, I thought it was the pipes, but it was erratic, frantic, not steady. It was coming from the ceiling above my head. Then a thud, a heavy thud, like something had fallen. I told myself it was nothing, but it wasn't nothing. The scratching continued. It got louder, closer, and then something else. A voice, soft and low. I couldn't help it. I turned my head toward the ceiling. My breath quickened. The room was dark. The walls seemed to close in, and then another thud, and another. I stood up, grabbed my flashlight. My legs felt like they were made of stone, but somehow I forced myself up to the attic. The stairs creaked under my feet. The door was already cracked open, though I was sure I had closed it earlier. I pushed it open, and the cold hit me. The stale air of an attic that hadn't been touched in years. I could barely see anything, but I heard it. The scratching. I shone my flashlight toward the sound, and then I saw it. A figure, a shape, in the far corner, a thing. It was hunched over, its back twisted in unnatural ways, its limbs too long, too bent, its skin pale, stretched tight over its bones. I wanted to run. My whole body screamed at me to get out, but I couldn't look away. The figure's head slowly turned toward me. Too slowly. Its eyes were wide, far too wide, and then it opened its mouth. Its lips cracked open with a sound like dry paper. Whispering, chilling. I don't know how long I stood there. Seconds, minutes, it felt like hours. The thing, it wasn't human. It wasn't anything human. It was wrong. Everything about it was wrong. I couldn't move. I was paralyzed. And then it spoke again. The same words, but this time I didn't think. I ran. I ran down the stairs, out the door, and into the night. I didn't stop until I was miles away from that house. But even now, even after all this time, when I close my eyes, I hear it. The whispering, the scratching, and worst of all, the voice. I don't think I'll ever escape it. So if you ever find yourself in an old house, a quiet house, one that feels like it's holding its breath, don't stay. Leave. Because you don't know who or what is waiting for you there. If you've made it this far, you've heard the whispers. But trust me, this is just the beginning. There are more stories to uncover, more mysteries that will make your skin crawl. If you want to stay one step ahead of the unknown, hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what's lurking in the dark corners of the world. Like this video if you want more spine-chilling tales, and don't forget to leave a comment. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Stay curious, but stay safe. Until next time.